good morning, or I don't know, whenever you're watching this. But anyway, I just woke up and I went out to film this quarter-final match. I can't believe we've actually qualified for the quarterfinals, and this one's going to be tough. But anyway, just wanted to show you the surroundings. I'm standing in the middle of traffic, morning traffic in Seoul, and I was planning on going to the other side of this intersection, because on the other side there's this nice little temple that you can see sort of up there, or a building from a temple. It's not really it's not like the temples that you go and visit. But anyway, I didn't go over there because the sun is shining on this side of the street. So I'm going to have a sit down and play through the match against Sweden. Alright, so well, like I said, this is going to be tough. It's a match against, well, the actual European champions. Remember the botched qualification? It was actually, well, this whole series was about initially it was about trying to qualify for the European Championship, and we didn't succeed in doing so, I'm sorry to say. But the thing was, it wasn't possible to qualify for the first World Cup in the game because most of the qualification had already been played, and it was well, mathematically impossible. So I tried to qualify for the European Championship and didn't succeed. But then I got fond of this lot of bloody red dragons. So I tried to qualify for the 2002 World Cup, and as you know, I managed to do that. But Sweden, they qualified for the European Championship and won. And actually, this guy that I'm sure if you've played this game, Championship Manager 97-98, then you'll know Teddy Lukic. He plays in Everton, a highly successful team in the Premier League in this game. Yeah, he's a monster. So that's great for them. I don't know why he's not showing up as a star player, but anyway, they've got lots of great players. This is basically what I'd call almost a perfect team, with lots of players who can play a lot of different positions, and they've sort of got everything covered. They've got a really good forward in Henrik Larsson. If I'm not mistaken, I might have just upped his stats a bit myself when I made the other series, the one where I played as Denmark, just because he was really good in real life. So why not? And then obviously they have everyone's favorite. Whoa! Just had a weird-looking insect land on me. Right. Stuff like that happens, probably for luck. But anyway, everyone's favorite in Championship Manager 97-98, Niklas Alexandersson. And why he's the favorite? Well, it's obvious, isn't it? He can play any positions but the goalkeeper. So nice to have him in your World Cup squad. They've got no suspensions or injuries or anything. Well, they might have had one because there's one guy missing, I can see. But anyway, the match tactics, it's the typical Swedish way of lining up, which is in turn actually a British way, Britishly inspired. The 4-4-2, and for some reason this game has them playing passing style. I think if it should have been absolutely correct, it would have been direct style. That's the way the Swedes play it. But anyway, with Henrik Larsson and Mattias Johansson up front, that's pretty good. They've got lots of assists coming from this guy. He used to play in Man United, didn't he? In real life? Oh, I forget. But anyway, they're using Alexandersson on the back position. They've got Patrick Anderson, Lukic that I mentioned before, and Michael Nilsson in the central defense. So they're a really good team. This guy plays for Barcelona. He's not a natural in the left back position, but anyway, I think the only weak spot that I can find is the central midfield, where you've got some guy called Jonas Thern, but he does play well in the international games with a couple of man of the match even. And then a really old guy called Ulrik Jansson. Looks pretty good also, but maybe not world class, but neither are we actually. So we've got suspensions, 2 of them. Carl Davies, who really delivered in the last match and scored twice against the Ghanese team. And then most importantly, our captain and left back, I'm using him as a left back, Chris Coleman. Yeah, so that's a bit sad. That might mean a big difference for us, because the other options that we have in that position, well, we've got Jeff Williams with very low morale, Kit Simons, he's alright, I'll probably go with him, and then Simon Marola, who is playing the right back position right now and did so quite well. I think I remember from the beginning of the Ghana match, or from the first half, then he was the only one in the defense who had a 7, and the rest of them had 6 in rating. So he must have started well. Yeah, I could choose this Jeff Williams guy instead. He's very fast, but he also has low morale. And I'm just going with Marola. Sorry, it's a fly landing on me. The bugs like me. So, yeah. So then I just need to take a look at the substitutions, and obviously finding the replacement for Carl Davies, who's suspended, is not hard. We've got John Hartson himself. This guy is a freak of nature. I mean, well, in real life he was super strong and good at heading and great at scoring. I think you can ask any Glasgow Celtic fan. But really, when I say freak of nature in this game, it's because he is actually, at this moment, the leading top goal scorer of the 2002 World Cup, even though he's a guy who plays for a team in the English second division, the third tier of English football, ladies and gentlemen. That's insane, but that's how it is. And well, 48 caps and 32 goals sort of speaks for itself. So I'm counting on him. And then we've got Andy Davies. He's almost back to full condition. So I've got him as a replacement. I'm going to gamble a little bit and then leave David Hughes out. Whoops, that's wrong. Didn't mean to do that. That was Roland's. So that I don't have. See, this guy is really good. And now I've left him out a couple of times because, well, Robert Page, he's been playing really well in this World Cup. And Adrian Williams, he just plays consistently well. So that's too bad for David Hughes. is also really good and has played, well, at an impressive rating of 7.50 in the international matches. So that's a hard choice. But I see why you guys like Robert Page so much. He's sort of a champion legend as well. So I'm going with Jeff Williams. He can also play the central position, and he'll have to, in case something happens when one of the central defenders breaks down, because well, I really only have room for one defensive substitute, because I also need one in the central midfield, and one for the wing, and then I've got Davies. Yeah, so that's basically it. Once again, there are some players that look a little bit tired, but I guess they can pull through. This might be the end of the game for us. I hope I've said that clearly enough. I mean, we're facing really tough opposition, and this is game day. It's the quarterfinal of the World Cup, and I'll say, no matter what happens, even if we lose like 5-0 or something, then this game, the safe game, is still a triumph in my book, because, well, we've played so well. I wasn't sure about Rob Savage, whether to choose him or not, but I'm going with him because it's been great for us in some important games, important matches. The other option would have been to use Carl Davies in the middle or Giggs in the middle, but Carl Davies is out, suspended, and if I use Giggs, then I have to use Pembridge on the other wing, and then it's sort of the same story as with Savage. Yeah, where I'm not like 100% sure that they'll perform, but this is the team that I'm going with. So, and whoa, almost forgot. I'll have to change the captain, and that'll probably be Gary Speed. He's the natural choice, isn't he? Superb morale, 16 in influence. Robert Page also has 19, but he doesn't have superb morale, and he's not Gary Speed, so I'm going with Gary Speed. And then I'm not sure whether to have the arrows, the backwards arrows on these two guys or not, but I will, because, well, it's Sweden. They're kind of dangerous. So that's all. I'm going to save, just in case something crazy happens, like, I don't know, well, somehow my phone breaking, or someone calling me, or I don't know what could happen really. But this is it, the quarterfinal in the World Cup. It says at Nagoya, but as you know, all these games I'm playing them directly from South Korea. So let's go ahead. Whoa. Well, Schadenfreude is a bad thing, but Lukic, that's, like I told you, this guy, he was the tournament's the best player of the tournament in the European Championship. So he's really important to them. And now they actually went and put on a forward, midfielder slash forward instead of him. All right, so they're basically just moving this guy. I don't know whether he can even play that position, but they've moved Nicholas Alexanderson in the left back position, Jensen in the middle and with Patrick Anderson. Jensen? That's this guy. What is happening? Got Zetterberg and Stefan Schwartz in the middle. Blomqvist, Anderson, Larson, Johansson. And then Thurn. So something is wrong in their defense at the moment. I don't know why they're not just... Why didn't they just choose this guy? They've got Michael Nilsson. That's weird. But could work to our advantage. Oh no. Shit. Right. Well, so far, no Welsh advantage. But let's see what happens. Damn. All right. Come on, Wales. It was sort of beginning to look like a match with opportunities, right? Savage. Ah! Come on, Wales. Come on then, bloody Red Dragons. Ulster fouling Guy Thurn. Yellow card for him. Oh no. Right. Doesn't look like a match with like a ton of goal chances. So we're behind at halftime. We're not really getting the amount of chances that I'd hoped. Hartson is, well, he's not really getting anything to work with, is he? Runs past opponents from Savage and Oster. What else? Rollins is playing well. I'll remove these arrows. Well, not for Rollins. Just because he was playing better than the other guy. But anyway, I have to play my chance. Kid Simons is doing well. That's great. When he was the substitute for Coleman. I really need these guys to deliver now. Come on then. Yeah. We really need to get a goal. Nothing happening. Nothing happening. That's 15 minutes of the second half. What? Sweden player stats. Damn. What to do? See, I really need people like Giggs and Hartson to step up in a match like this. Barola and Page are not playing very well either. Come on. Okay, corner kick. Something might happen here. Ryan Giggs. Would have been Knight with a goal from Speedo right there. Come on, Wales. Come on. No. Yeah. That's probably it for us. In a match with as few chances as this one, it's not looking great right now. Deflected over. Got a corner kick maybe if we get one now. And we didn't. So I'm just going all out now, getting Andy Davies in, and well, Oster is playing all right, I guess. Marola isn't. Then Jeff Williams can get on, and I think that's it for now. Oof. Oh. No. Okay. Not free kick not given. Right, come on Wales. Slim chance, but really there's no chance. It's time is running out for Wales, but anyway, we made it to the quarterfinals. We lost to the current European champions. Well, and Jeff Williams, the other option, he's not on the right back position. He's not playing well either. Davies does well coming on, so I think that was a good thing to just give him a chance of doing the impossible, like we've been doing in this tournament. So that's it, really. It's this was a great run, and we made it to the quarterfinals. And guys, this is the semi-final draw. It's England against Germany. It's Sweden against Italy. It would have been nice to see Wales up there and play the match against Italy, but that was not to happen. Now I'm going to just click you through the rest of this World Cup, and when I get back from South Korea the day after tomorrow, this is what is it? It's Wednesday morning, early Wednesday morning, and I'll be getting back on Friday. So by then, or as soon as I can find the time to, when I'll probably be jet lagged. It's like I think an 18-hour flight. Yeah. So by that time, I'll make sure to go into the competition, and just like I did with all the goals, I'll make sure to count. Well, I'll count who the top goal scorer of the competition is, and then I'll make a spreadsheet for all the 8 teams that were in the quarterfinals, and all the ratings that they got in all the matches that they played in the World Cup, because it's not that many matches, and I think it's fun. And the reason why I'm doing it is, of course, to determine the team of the tournament. I'm not sure which formation I'll line up in, but anyway, England. Michael Owen with 2 goals. This guy's probably a regen. I don't know. Yeah, anyway, that's pretty cool. So England, I'd say they're the favorites, of course. I'm running just one league in this save game. But anyway, I'm making a spreadsheet to determine the team of the tournament. And I think that team should be picked from from the teams. Wow, from the teams that made the quarterfinals, and we did. So I might have a player on that team. Right. So 3-3 between Sweden and Italy. So that was pretty crazy. And that Jansson guy, he missed the decisive penalty. So Italy are through to the World Cup final. They'll play it against England on the 14th of July. I know it's not like super interesting, so you can just you can stop watching now if you want to, but I'm gonna click through just to see who'll eventually win. Well, might be interesting for you guys because wow, they actually beat Germany. Because well, yeah, let's do this. Because a lot of you guys are from England, right? The guys that I've been lucky enough to have following me on this adventure. So we've got Owen and Shearer up front. I don't know what happened to Robbie Fowler, who had scored so many goals. He must have been injured or something. And they've got an amazing team as well with Del Piero, Ravanelli, Baggio, Albertini, yeah, lots of great players. Torricelli, of course, Panucci, I don't know, Maldini's not here for some reason. They've got people like Nesta and Vieri and Di Matteo just sitting on the bench. That's crazy. So, for the first time in a long time, I'm gonna play this fast. Oh, Michael Owen injured. Southgate on instead of him. That was a weird choice, wasn't it? I don't know, they must have switched around. No, they're playing Southgate up front. Right. Interesting, but they must have run out of attackers, and presumably they're unable to play another tactic than 4-4-2 being English. I don't know. Right, penalty for England, Alan Shearer. There you go. So I'm imagining if this was real life, then obviously we would have stayed around for this. The Welsh players, me as the manager, of course, and all the players from Wales, instead of just taking the first flight home. And then we'd probably be rooting for the English. Why not? Oh, yeah, right. You can just feel it coming. And that's Nicola Amoruso with a second half goal, making it interesting. And sort of Italy attacking right now. Whoa! Paul Scholes with an important goal. Oh, right. So, there you have it. It's England. As world champions, they win the World Cup. Something that hasn't happened in real life since '66, right? And they win the vote to host the 2006 World Cup. So that's great. I'm going to save, and at some later point I might decide to I don't know, pick up this game again and see if I can qualify for the European Championship, just because it's fun with the regens. But I'm not sure. I might also just become interested in playing another save game with some other mission. But anyway, this has been great fun to do. I mean, I've been retweeted by the real John Hartson on Twitter. One of the tweets about the top scorer with him leading it, and I've had lots of help from the CM Nostalgia guy. I don't think I know his actual name, and Dave Black. They've been really kind, retweeted me a lot of times to make sure that someone found out I was doing this series. Also, I've got people like Rob something and what's his name, the Wickham Wanderer, commenting on these videos, and that was really nice as well to get a little bit of feedback. So thank you guys for liking and commenting, and thank you everyone for watching. And this has been a lot of fun to do, actually, a lot more fun than I had anticipated, because mostly, as you guys know, it's just a geeky game that we can't really quit for some reason. So sharing it with others like this, it certainly made it more fun to me than I would have known. But anyway, that's it for me from this time and from South Korea. So bye for now.